Facebook's week is off to an intense start. On Monday, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram went down for about 6 hours. On Tuesday, Frances Haugen, the Facebook whistleblower, testified before a Senate subcommittee following the release of thousands of pages of internal research and documents. Haugen, the 37-year-old former Facebook product manager who worked on civic integrity issues at the company, revealed her identity during a 60-minute segment that aired on Sunday night. Is the Facebook whistleblower on course to pull down one of the most popular and the largest internet firms we have in this day? If you're ready to find out why Mark Zuckerberg has probably been having sleepless nights this week, ensure to stick with me till the end. This is ICE, where you get to learn all about the ins and outs of investing, e-commerce, and entrepreneurship. If it's your first time here, be sure to hit the subscribe button and leave us a like below. Do you know how many people use Facebook and its related products in a day? It's literally billions of people. There's no doubt that Facebook empowers so many lives across the world. In fact, recent stats reveal that 57.5% of the world's active internet users access Facebook-owned services daily. 34.94% of the world's total population uses Facebook-owned services daily. Facebook is like the most basic internet platform to most people today. Everyone connects with their loved ones on Facebook. Businesses are now on Facebook, and for those who don't know, the two great social media platforms, WhatsApp and Instagram, are also owned by Facebook. So as you can imagine, a whole lot of stuff is happening at the social media giant. But things seem to have taken a different direction in recent days. Facebook has been accused of promoting misinformation and the spread of hateful messages. Zuckerberg has even had to testify before Congress, of course claiming that the company he runs is always at the forefront to help transform society by providing a well-regulated platform. Inside documents revealed. However, Frances Haugen, the now popular Facebook whistleblower, holds a different opinion. She's alleged that there are a lot of things that are happening inside Facebook not known by those on the outside. Haugen, a former Facebook product manager, was revealed on Sunday as the whistleblower who leaked thousands of pages of internal research and documents that have created a firestorm for the social media company. Haugen was on an interview with 60 Minutes and did not hold back to drop bombshells of truth regarding the company that she'd worked for almost 2 years. She says the documents show that Facebook knows its platforms are used to spread hate, violence, and misinformation, and that the company has tried to hide that evidence. The thing I saw at Facebook over and over again was there were conflicts of interest between what was good for the public and what was good for Facebook, and Facebook over and over again chose to optimize for its own interests, like making more money, Haugen told 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes correspondent Scott Pelley quoted one internal Facebook document saying, "We have evidence from a variety of sources that hate speech, divisive political speech, and misinformation on Facebook and the family of apps are affecting societies around the world." About a month ago, Haugen filed at least 8 complaints with the Securities and Exchange Commission alleging that the company is hiding research about its shortcomings from investors and the public. She also shared the documents with the Wall Street Journal, which published a multi-part investigation showing that Facebook was aware of problems with its apps, including the negative effects of misinformation and the harm caused, especially to young girls, by Instagram. Haugen, who started at Facebook in 2019 after previously working for other tech giants like Google and Pinterest, also testified on Tuesday before the Senate Subcommittee on Consumer Protection, Product Safety, and Data Security. "I've seen a bunch of social networks, and it was substantially worse at Facebook than anything I've seen before," Haugen said. At some point in 2021, she realized she's going to have to do this in a systemic way to get out enough documents so that no one can question that this is real. Facebook hits back. Facebook has aggressively pushed back against the reports, calling many of the claims misleading and arguing that its apps do more good than harm. In a statement to CNN Business immediately following the 60 Minutes interview, Facebook spokesperson Lena Peach said, "Every day our teams have to balance protecting the ability of billions of people to express themselves openly with the need to keep our platform a safe and positive place. We continue to make significant improvements to tackle the spread of misinformation and harmful content. To suggest we encourage bad content and do nothing is just not true." What's more, Mark Zuckerberg has also hit back at the testimony of the Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen, saying her claims that the company puts profit over people's safety are simply not true. In a blog post, the Facebook founder and chief executive addressed one of the most damaging statements in Haugen's opening speech to U.S. senators on Tuesday, that Facebook puts astronomical profits before people. Zuckerberg noted that at the heart of these accusations of Francis is this idea that Facebook prioritizes profit over safety and well-being. But he said that that is simply not true. He added, "The argument that we deliberately push content that makes people angry for profit is deeply illogical. We make money from ads, and advertisers consistently tell us they don't want their ads next to harmful or angry content." Zuckerberg said that many of the claims made by Haugen and in the Wall Street Journal, based on documents that she's leaked, they don't make sense. The most damaging report in the Wall Street Journal, reiterated at length by Haugen in testimony to the US Senate on Tuesday, was that Facebook failed to act on internal research showing that its Instagram app was damaging teenagers' mental health. Zuckerberg said, "Many of the claims don't make any sense. If we wanted to ignore research, why would we create an industry-leading research program to understand these important issues in the first place?" On Sunday morning, ahead of the 60 Minutes interview, Facebook Vice President of Global Affairs Nick Clegg told CNN's Brian Stelter that there's no perfection on social media as much as in any other walk of life. Clegg said, "We do a huge amount of research. We share with external researchers as much as we can. But do remember this, a world of difference between doing a peer-reviewed exercise in cooperation with other academics and preparing papers internally to provoke and inform internal discussion." Who to believe? Haugen testified before the Senate on Tuesday, and accompanying statements by U.S. senators in the hearing repeatedly questioned whether Facebook could be trusted. Haugen claims that Facebook has not earned a right to just have blind trust in them. Haugen said she believes Facebook founder and CEO Mark Zuckerberg never set out to make a hateful platform, but has allowed choices to be made where the side effects of those choices are that hateful and polarizing content gets more distribution and more reach. Haugen said she was recruited by Facebook in 2019 and took the job to work on addressing misinformation. But after the company decided to dissolve its civic integrity team shortly after the 2020 presidential election, her feelings about the company started to change. She suggested that this decision and moves by the company to turn off other election protection measures, such as misinformation prevention tools, allowed the platform to be used to help organize the January 6th riot on Capitol Hill. They basically said, "Oh good, we made it through the election. There weren't riots. We can get rid of civic integrity now," she said. Fast forward a couple of months and we had the insurrection. When they got rid of civic integrity, it was the moment where I was like, I don't trust that they're willing to actually invest what needs to be invested to keep Facebook from being dangerous. However, in its defense, Facebook says the civic integrity team's work was distributed to other units when it was dissolved. Facebook Vice President of Integrity Guy Rosen said on Twitter on Sunday night that the group was integrated into other teams so the work pioneered for elections could be applied even further. But Haugen still holds her position, stating that the social media company's algorithm that's designed to show users content that they're most likely to engage with itself is responsible for many of its problems. One of the consequences of how Facebook is picking out that content today is that it's optimizing for content that gets engagement, a reaction. But Facebook's own research is showing that content that is hateful, that is divisive, that is polarizing, works best. It's easier to inspire people to anger than it is to other emotions. She added that the company recognizes that if they change the algorithm to be safer, people will spend less time on the site. They'll click on fewer ads, so Facebook will make less money. Haugen also explained that while no one at Facebook is malevolent, the incentives are misaligned. Facebook makes more money when you consume more content. People enjoy engaging with things that elicit an emotional reaction, she said, and the more anger that they get exposed to, the more they interact and the more they consume. As of now, we can only wait and see what happens next to Facebook, especially after the trillion-dollar company suffered a major internet outage in its entire history this week. Besides, everyone is keenly focused on the Facebook whistleblower and what she might be revealing next in her pursuit for proper regulations on social media usage. Okay, that's enough for today. Do you think Facebook's usage will be affected by the recent twist of events? Let us know your thoughts about this saga in the comments below. And before you go, remember to give us a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button for more insightful videos if you enjoyed watching. Bye.